Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wild. Today we are talking about busy areas on UberEats. So some people got this update, some people didn't, and it basically looks like they had updated the Uber map to look almost like they have hotspots instead of having a heat map where you could actually see where the money is and when. But for some reason, Uber doesn't actually have a page discussing this. So with that said, I want to go over what other people are saying about this update via Reddit, how it actually is for gig workers and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. All right, so this is what it looks like on the general map, where basically you have this heat area. It looks like almost an upward arrow, and it says near the Cluckin' or near the whatever restaurant. Now, if you see this in your area and you click on the actual heat button, it will basically show you what it actually takes to get there. It'll actually give you a navigation to that zone, and it'll tell you the area is going to refresh in 5 minutes. So every 5 minutes, you'll see a new batch of busy areas, which doesn't make sense. And overall, that takes away from the accuracy of what the heat maps used to be. Not to mention, if they do it this way, there's a chance that we'll never see surges again. Let's see what other people are saying about this. I hate this new update. I legitimately feel like ever since this new update, pings have stopped coming in. I have to wait for hours before I get a ping worth taking. At least I got a good ping within 30 minutes before this update. I'm sure this is intentional too. Uber would rather have new drivers who don't yet know what orders are worth taking, crowds around specific restaurants, and fight for the no-tip orders, than actually give their experienced drivers actually good orders worth taking. At least with the previous map, you could see where there were no orders at all and didn't have to crowd around areas. Yeah, here's the thing. First off, you never chase a hotspot. If you chase a hotspot, you're basically going to be driving your car into the ground, and at that point, you might as well just be on other platforms. That's why you gotta find your own hotspots and wait patiently there, or you wait at home depending on how close you are to actual restaurants. Some people don't live that close. In fact, I'd argue most people don't live that close. Second, yeah, all of these companies prefer newer drivers that are easier to manipulate rather than working with veteran drivers and trying to make them happy. So the only thing people are saying for the most part is that it caused a major slowdown of the app, which makes perfect sense. Well, I got a few other side notes that I want to address really quick. No more surge. Once upon a time, there was actually a surge system implemented on the heat map, where over time, you can actually make more money depending on how busy the area is. Like, let's say there's this one shopping center with so many other orders being taken there. You're in that heated area and you receive an order, you can actually make more money because you're in that heat map. It was their version of promo pay at the time. Now they're just only boosting the boosts, which only works on base pay and doesn't really amount to much. Does the Rideshare Hack not work? I don't have firsthand experience with the Rideshare Hack, but basically what it would be is if you were a rideshare driver on Uber, as well as a food delivery worker on Uber Eats, and you never took a rideshare offer, it doesn't matter if you did or didn't, you never took it, you would actually be able to access the rideshare surge pay on top of the food delivery surge pay. But now, because they don't have a surge pay anymore, it's potentially not working. Now, again, it's always going to be market dependent. In fact, I don't even think this is applying in all areas yet, but it does seem like that's how it is at the moment. No universal rules. Like I said, this is not in every area. Things are going to be different market to market, but overall, Uber has no universal rules. Everything is market dependent. How many cancellations does it take to get deactivated? Different for every market. What is the customer rating in which you can receive to where you can get deactivated? I don't know. Different for every market. How many account notices? I don't know. Different for every market. There is no universal rules anymore. Yeah, there is the app that will tell you certain things, but a lot of the things that they tell you are so vague, you couldn't tell the difference. You just gotta figure out what is working in your area and stick to it. Less accurate information. Again, because this page ends up refreshing every 5 minutes as opposed to every 1 minute, you never know where the real busy areas are. It could have been this diner 5 minutes ago, but now they got all their orders out, so now you're going up to the next busy area, which who knows if that's actually busy at the time, or if they're going to have more orders, they're not necessarily good orders, because that's another thing to keep in mind. Just because they have more orders in that particular busy area does not mean they're good orders. So make sure you figure out where your busy areas are, not what Uber tells you, what the actual busy areas are, and stick with them, because those are the ones that are going to pay the best. Feels like a bad pilot program. Again, this isn't everywhere, and honestly, it does feel like it's a really bad pilot program, because Uber doesn't even have a page for this. Like, it's one thing if Uber had its whole page all there, kind of like it had for Trip Radar when that finally updated across the board, but it doesn't even have that. So this may not be permanent, and hopefully it's not, because it's really screwed with a lot of really good drivers. All in all, I really hope that this system is not here to stay. But just in case, always make sure you're diversifying your gig portfolio and utilize it as an income bridge to what would be a long-term goal and not the goal, because this stuff could end up getting worse over time. Now let me ask you, did I miss anything? Is there something else about these busy areas that we have yet to mention so far? Let me know in the comments. Let's make sure that everything that needs to be said about the busy areas on Uber Eats is said, and we can make sure we maximize the actual profits on the platform as possible. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!